Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So on today's Adventures of Kenny, we are putting the bed back on today. I'm not going to film it because I want to put my buddies on camera. I know some of them don't like that, so I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do this morning is kind of give you guys a quick little wrap up while I wait for them to get here to kind of show you what I've been working on this week. Okay, so this week I've pretty much been working on fully welding the exhaust up. So there is my TIG welds. I kind of want to show you guys my first one towards my last one, so you can kind of see. I feel like I've definitely improved quite well. I did run into one problem. I can't get this pipe to connect to the H pipe. So somewhere when I was welding up the H pipe, it must have tweaked it or heated up to where it flexed, and I'm off about, I'm gonna say probably like about a half an inch. So I'm gonna have to cut it and maybe put a couple of pie cuts in there to get it to line up correctly. But I'm gonna look for my pipe that shows my very first weld. All right, so here's one of my pipes. You can see my very first weld. To kind of where I'm at now. When I first started doing this exhaust, I was like, man, I think I'm just gonna pay somebody. And then I figured at this point, you know what? I might as well try it. It's mine. I'm not trying to build no show truck. I'm just trying to have some fun in my garage and build something that I like. And I'm gonna tackle this myself. And if I don't like it at that point, maybe I can pay somebody. But I am gonna at least give it a try. And I feel like I've gotten pretty decent at TIG welding since I started doing this exhaust. Once I get the H pipe back off, I'll show you my welds on those. But for right now, I need to move stuff out of the way so I can get the bed out and be ready for my buddies when they get here. Okay, got the truck out. It is ready to get the bed put on. So just waiting for the buddies to get here and then we should be good to go. There is the bed, which I need their help to get that out. I'm excited. And then once I have the bed back on, I do have to drill these holes out, because right now they're square, and I actually changed the hardware to where you don't use those carriage style bolts. I'll show you what I changed it over to, which I gotta pull these out anyway, now that I'm thinking about it. So this one I saw has these little braces. Well, I shouldn't say braces, but there's the bolt. Oh, I can't get it out. Let me grab a tool. All right, so this one, make sure it focuses, has a little clip already and the bolt's part of it. So that way it just slides on there. The bolt can go straight in. Now, I did that because it is gonna be hard to get inside the frame to mess with these bolts with the gas tank there. Okay, so this is what the factory bolt looked like. So it's a carriage bolt kind of like that. Just slid in the hole. And then you would put the nut on the other side. With this one, the nut is already part of the thing. You use basically an Allen head, which I believe this is an 8 or a 5/16. And you just stick it in there, but since it's square, it won't go in there. But it does fit in that hole, which is the other side. So once I drill those out, make them round, they should fit in there with no problem. All right, so while I was waiting, I decided I was gonna go ahead and just drill all the holes out to make sure the bolt's cleared properly. And there she goes. Now, I'm actually pretty glad that I did this because I found something. Let me take you to the back. Okay, so the rest of these holes, they all bolts fit in with no problem. I came to this hole, which was actually smaller than that hole. So I had to drill those out too, which would have been a pain if the bed would have been on the back of the truck. I would have had to lift it back up just to get access to drill those out. But oh yeah, she's ready. She is ready to get that bed put back on. I cannot wait. Yes, yes. I'll finally get to see this thing as a completed truck. Okay, since I needed my son's help to put the bed on, he decided to bring the hatch over, and they are currently trying to put on some coilovers. They got them up there, but I'm not sure why they haven't finished yet. But these are the old ones. They were some eBay Max Speed Racing, and we had just changed out the spring to a iBox spring to make it a little more stiffer. So it's a 12K spring in the front, and it was a, I want to say a 10 in the rear or 8 in the rear or something like that. So here's the hatch. Let's see, this one is the rear. So what was the rear on this thing? Yep, so it's a 10K in the rear. So we had swapped them out with iBox springs and just used the Max Peating rods, fully adjustable coilover shocks, but one of them blew probably right after we installed it, and we just said forget it. So then I had him order a set of the Blocks Racing competition series. I'm trying to see if this says what the spring rates are on these. They should be 12 front and 10 in the rear, so the spring rate should be the same. And also, we are going to make a new battery box because we had previously had the little Odyssey battery in here before, which was the only thing that would clear with the front stock bumper. But now that we have the 3-piece race front end, it was definitely time to put in a regular battery because you would only get a couple cranks to start this thing with that little, let me go over so you can see it, this little tiny Odyssey battery, which was the PC 680. That battery sucked. It only lasted for a year or two, and we were constantly swapping them out. Okay, the bed is back on the truck. So it's looking good. That's pretty much its riding stance right there. So I'm enjoying that. And then I didn't put the wheel covers back on yet. So that's pretty much how that sits. And then I need to adjust the track bar because my width is just off just a little bit. Kind of see. The strap is kind of to hold the exhaust up because I need to mount the exhaust to the bottom of the bed for the hangers. But let's get back on it. But there she is. That's my baby, the C10. Back in her original trim. Yeah, baby. That little intercooler in the front. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen her look like this. It's been about 2 years, I think, since I took that bed off and been sitting here working on it. All right. Yeah. And there she is in all her glory. All right, we got working tail lights. And we got working brake lights. Let's see if these lights come up on camera. They're the sequential ones. All right, well, I think that is going to be it for today. So got the bed on, got the lights wired up. What else? I think that was it. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to try to tackle getting exhaust, everything situated the way it needs to be. But yeah, like always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I will catch you guys on the next Adventures of Kenny. Peace.